All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, right? First off, I want to say Shalom to the ones that push this word out in truth and in sincerity, which are the apostles and elders on down to the brothers, right? And Shalom to the ones that endure this faith until the very end, right? Until the time of Jacob's troubles, which are, again, the apostles and elders on down to the brothers and a few sisters, all right? So Shalom. Want to do this, quick video, based on something I've been researching on, right? They called it the Bear River Massacre, right? Like around that time, if I remember, the Bear River Massacre was around like 1863, right? Around that time, between 1861 and 1865, that was the time of the Civil War, right? So you're too busy having a civil war at the moment. What the hell are you doing having a massacre? And not only that, but the massacre was against, again, once again, I did a video on the Sand Creek Massacre. This time it's another massacre, against the natives. Once again, right? Last time with the Sand Creek Massacre, they was, invading a native camp. And they did again. This time of another tribe of natives. They call them the Shoshones, right? Right? The Shoshones, pretty much, they were Native Americans, right? You already know, them natives. They always go after them, right? The Indians. You seen what happened with the Taino Indians. So this is Habakkuk 2, right? And I'll start at 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Right? And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Right? So those that read it, that's Jeremiah 6 and 10. They're not going to be so delighted in these words of Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Right? So the vision is for an appointed time. It says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire, and is as death. So like it as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Right? So this is all this man has ever done. Now I went into another translation of this, right? Let me see. Not the NLV, but the common one, the NIV. Right? So let's go into that real quick. Because again, your translations, they all say the same thing, right? Yup, here we go. It says, see, the enemy is puffed up, his desires are not upright, but the righteous person will live by his faithfulness. Indeed, wine betrays him. He is arrogant and never at rest, because he is as greedy as the grave, and like death is never satisfied. Right? This man is arrogant and as greedy as the grave. This is, this man, the rulers of darkness all the way. Right? So I wanted to go further into this massacre. Around that time, in fact, the reason why this is a dumb reason too, because the reason why this massacre even started in the first place, we all know this man's a barbarian. He's a savage. He shoots at every single thing possible. Reason why this started was because the Shashanois, right? The Shashanese, Salakia, I was thinking of Essanois, the Shashanese, they resorted to theft, right, for survival because the land was, it was dying off. They needed food. But here's the catch. This man will kill, and cause a whole massacre while you're at war. Not only that's the weirdest part about it. They're at war. They're in a civil war, but yet you're doing this on the side. Massacres. Why? Because they stole some food. Now, you steal from this man today, you're in big trouble, right? You mess with his money, they're locking you up for good for a long time, or even worse. But, you steal from a Jake, you go to church right now, you steal from the pastor, some pork chops, and you shove it in a damn purse and walk out of there. Oh, they don't give a shit. You steal from this man, though, he's coming after you. So he started a whole massacre because they stole some food. So what this man was doing, the one who was behind that massacre was, if I remember, Patrick Connor, right? He was a colonel. Pretty much, he was setting up strategic traps, setting off fires, all kinds of shit, and blocking their escape. What they did is they killed over, they said it was allegedly 270 something bodies, but obviously there was more. And they even knew that there was more bodies than that because they were setting fires to the villages and, shooting and killing them. And what they did, they captured the women and the children. Who knows what else further than that. This man is sick. They were setting up traps and sitting there, all this for what? Right? All of this for what? Between 1861 and 1865 was the Civil War. You're in the war right now and you're having massacres. And not only that, but I don't know how many damn wars that America's been in. Right? The most recent one was the War of Afghanistan, which lasted, 20 years? So while you're even doing that, you're breaking your own war laws, your war crimes. Y'all can break your own laws. But anybody break your laws, it's an issue. It shows how hypocritical and how much of a devil this man is. So it says it right here. It says he gathers to himself all the nations and take captive all the people. Right? So this is all this man has ever done. Death and gain and profit. Killing and capturing. And that's exactly what he just did with this, this massacre. Right? It's sick. So this is Proverbs 4:15. It says, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. In fact, I believe there was even more on that. I believe it started on verse 16. But pretty much the main point is verse 15. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Right now, this is talking about, the average 2/3 out here. You gotta, the different crowds of people you're not supposed to be around. But this also talks about, at the same time, the wickedness, of the sons of perdition. Right? Because what do? They cannot rest. They're not satisfied, as Habakkuk 2 said, unless they do mischief and cause something to fall. Unless they bomb places, kill them. They don't give a damn. So it's verse 17. And you know what? The same, even not just this man, but who's in league with him? These heathens. Moab, Ammon, Cush, the Philistines. They're all, in league with this man. They're the dogs that lick the wound. And they even fight each other. Shit. Recently, I was also looking into Japan. That time when they attacked the Pearl Harbor. That was them betraying, them Edomites. That's Obadiah verse 7. Right? The treaties that they break. Because they was actually in trading. They was trading with each other. But Japan, bombed and attacked the Pearl Harbor. Then they was brought into another war. It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. These people are nothing but the bread of wickedness and the wine of violence. That's all they ever resort to. That's all they ever know. It's just violence. And yet you want to put that image of us being savages, right? When we do the practices, the righteous acts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we're savages for it. But yet, y'all can sit here and bomb places, cause massacres. Meanwhile, you're in war. Shit like this. Oh, but that's okay. Now, they got to pay a heavy price. You got to kidnap their women and children and kill off, almost everybody in that village. Oh, because they stole some food. But forgive and forget. So, this is Isaiah 14:20. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be reowned. Right? Or renowned, actually. So, what is that talking about? Again, a little recap. Isaiah 14. Right? All throughout Isaiah is what? A song and a proverb, a mocking proverb against the king of Babylon at the time. Right? And this is all talking about the nation entirely of these people. Right? It's a representation of today. That's why, the pomp is being brought low. Right? Lucifer, the son of morning. Or, that's talking about this man's power structure being taken out of, him being taken out of power. But then, what did it just say here? It said, thou shalt not be buried, joined with burial, right? You're not going to be buried. It says, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people, right? That's all you ever done. And what you just, these massacres, what do you think that's about? The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned, right? Y'all are the seed of evildoers. That's why Obadiah verse 18, the house of Jacob of fire, the house of Joseph of flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, right? He shall kindle in them and devour them until there's nothing left, right? Y'all are going to be wiped out. It's verse 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Right? That's all they ever do is they possess the land. That's literally all they've ever done is take over the place, kill, and fill the face of the world with cities. Now I wonder why this world is, as it is today. It says, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord. All right, so the Lord is going to do away with this place and this wicked ass society, this man. Again, the son of perdition. He's the man of sin. And this right here, that's murder. Right? Again, you got to follow, you can't follow, the laws of the scriptures, but of course you got to follow the laws of the society 100%, or they coming after you. You steal some food, they coming after you. It's going to be another massacre. But when it comes to the scriptures, what did they force onto us? That plantation Christianity. That's a massacre in itself, right? That's a spiritual massacre. Why ain't they punished for that? Why ain't they held captive, for the shit that they've done? If you didn't follow into Christianity, shit like this happened. What did the Spanish and the Inca, what happened with that? They threw the slave Bible over the wall and they started going on a killing spree. What happened with that? Why? Where are y'all going to bear responsibility? But that's okay. What's such a big deal today is the towers. But what about this doctrine that has mutilated and destroyed our people? They ain't going to question about that. But I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.